Hey, welcome to another video. So today we're going to be going into the Butcher's Ball from the Dance of the Dragons. But before we begin, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Sith Citadel Discord, links in the description, and consider becoming a join member or sending us super thanks if you wish to further support the channel. Otherwise, let's jump straight into it. So after the battle at Rook's Rest, Aegon was badly injured and his brother Aemond was given command of the Green's forces in King's Landing, as regent for his brother until he recovered. An aggressive young man, Aemond decided to attack the Black's forces gathering at Harrenhal under his uncle Daemon, before they had sufficient force to strike at the capital. Aemond devised a plan to catch the River Lords on two fronts, by having the Lannister army invade the Riverlands from the west, while he led their forces from King's Landing to attack from the east. Aemond led a force of 4,000 men in total out of King's Landing, also led by Sir Criston Cole of the Kingsguard, the now Hand of the King. Aegon, Aemond, and Criston had previously led an army of slightly less than 3,000 to the Battle of Rook's Rest, where they lost about 800 men. While in King's Landing, Aemond reconstituted his forces and sent forth all of their remaining strength for the advance on Harrenhal. This was exactly what Daemon had hoped for, however, to lure Aemond away from King's Landing, leaving only a skeleton defense force behind, enough that a smaller force from Dragonstone and Driftmark could quickly seize the capital using dragons, and the Velaryon fleet. Combined with the betrayal of the City Watch, who were still loyal to Daemon, the city fell within a single day with little fighting. Meanwhile, the main Blackland army at Harrenhal did not simply wait to be caught in a pincher, but abandoned Harrenhal to attack the Lannister army in the west. They succeeded in annihilating the entire Lannister host in the battle by the lakeshore, though with heavy losses. It was now Aemond and Criston's host who were trapped between two fronts at Harrenhal. Though they still had more men, as well as the great dragon Vhagar, they were caught out of position in hostile territory, and with the River Lords using scorched earth tactics to deny them new provisions. Unaware of these developments, Aemond and Criston's host advanced northwest to Harrenhal. They faced little opposition, only to find the castle abandoned. Red Rob Rivers shot down messenger ravens from the Lannister army to the west, warning of their imminent destruction, so news of the twin disasters only arrived at Harrenhal after it was already too late. Criston and Aemond disagreed on how to respond. With their supplies running low, Criston decided to march south from Harrenhal through the Riverlands to join the army of Ormond Hightower, Lord of Hightower, and Prince Daeron Targaryen, who was marching through the Reach. Rather than accompany Criston, Aemond One-Eye flew into a rage and decided to burn the Riverlands with his dragon Vhagar. Criston marched out of Harrenhal with 3,600 men, having lost about 400 due to enemy raids, disease, and desertion. They traveled south along the western shore of the God's Eye Lake, but the River Lord enemies practiced scorched earth tactics, burning their own forests and villages. The Blacks used guerrilla warfare against the Greens, and by the day, more of Criston's hosts deserted or joined the Blacks. On one occasion, the Greens came across a grisly display of feasting corpses, the bodies of men who had fallen at the fish feed. Later at the village of Crossed Elms, Criston's forces were attacked by Blacks disguised as corpses, losing 12 men before realizing Black Trombo's ruse. While heading toward the Blackwater Rush, Sir Criston led his weakened Greens into an ambush at a stony ridge south of the God's Eye. The Greens were outnumbered 2-1 by the forces of the Riverlands and the North. Criston held a parley with Sir Garibald Grey, Sir Pate of Longleaf, and Roderick Dustin, the Lord of Barrowton. Criston offered to surrender, but was refused by the three Blacks. Criston, a famed knight who was also the Lord Commander of the Kingsguard for Aegon, in addition to being the King's Hand, prepared to fight for all three of his counterparts at once. Before he could do so, however, the Kingmaker was struck down by arrows fired by Red Rob Rivers and two of his longbowmen. With Criston dead, Lord Dustin sounded the charge of the Black's vanguard, and this consisted of his Winter Wolves and River Knights. The Greens quickly collapsed, with hundreds of them killed while trying to flee the ridge. After the battle, Sir Garibald Grey remarked, "Today was butchery, not battle." Upon hearing Garibald's observation, Mushroom began calling the slaughter the Butcher's Ball. Sir Criston Cole's death in the Butcher's Ball marked the high point of Rhaenyra Targaryen's fortunes. However, Prince Aemon Targaryen and King Aegon still remained to carry on the Greens' cause. So what did you guys think of the Butcher's Ball? Please let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't already, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Sith Citadel Discord, links in the description, and consider becoming a join member or sending a super thanks if you wish to further support the channel. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.